All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 0117, State of Texas versus Danny Ray Machado. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Catherine Pollard for the state.
Mr. Machado.
All right, and are you Mr. Danny Machado?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on September 29th to the offense of assault family second. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 5 years, and the state is remaining silent on your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes.
We have none.
Any objections?
No, there were no objections.
All right, the state is silent. So, defense?
Judge, what I'd like you to know about Danny is that this particular offense goes back February. It'll be 2 years. Since that time, he and the complaining witness have not had any problems or any further incidents. He's 36 years old. He works with a company called Fuller Excavation. He's a survey engineer with that company, been so since May of 2021. And before that, he was a carpenter with Bartlett Cook. He has a child with the complaining witness, and he has 2 other children, and currently pays approximately $700 a month in child support and is current. He has a hearing coming up on December 13th for the 3rd time. He lives with his father. He was living with the complainant at this time on and off, but now when this happened, he moved out. He's living with his father and his stepmother since then. And things are going well over there. On the PSI, when you asked me one thing, I knew it was something. On the front page of the PSI, there's a reference to this is happening on 1/2/22. That date's not right. That was something else that was dismissed. The actual offense date in this one's 2/27/21. Yeah, it was on almost all the way at the bottom of page 1 when the wrong date was put in.
All right, is there anything else?
Mr. Machado had a letter from his boss on a character kind of interview, also verifying his employment. It was my understanding that that letter was supposed to be attached to the PSI report by Ms. Martinez, I believe it was, who did it. When I reviewed the PSI, it was not attached. However, we do have confirmation from her that she did receive it.
Well, is this the letter that is from Fuller Concrete?
Yes.
Yes, I have it attached to mine.
Okay, it was not in the copy that I saw. But I think. Yes, that's the letter. Yes.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. That is the letter.
And just so both parties know, I review the PSI reports always before sentencing, and I read everything that's in it. And then if there's something that people want me to disregard, I will immediately disregard it. But I did read the letter from his employer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, what I would draw your attention to, if the court, or we are asking, of course, to defer adjudication and probation. I was looking at the TRAS, the TRAS evaluation that's on page 9 of the report. If granted probation, they're recommending that supervision be at the low region. Also that they did note that he is in a contemplative stage of change, which indicated to me he's working on himself. Outpatient treatment for alcohol, no contact order with the complaining witness, BIP, community service. All of those seem very reasonable and something that I think Mr. Machado could do and would do in order to successfully complete a probation. And that's what I have to say from Machado, and he would have to address the court as well.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Danny Machado.
All right, what would you like to say?
First off, I just want to say that I'm very sorry and remorseful about everything that happened. That is not me, not in my character.
Wait, stop right there. You saying that's not in your character?
Yeah, that's not me. That's not
Is this the first time that this has happened?
no, man.
So it is maybe in your character.
I'm willing to do anything to better myself as far as classes. I feel that I've come a long way as far as change. And
Let me ask you this. Have you read her statement?
yes, ma'am.
All right. I want you to read that out loud.
Everything.
Yeah, the first paragraph.
The officer spoke to the complainant.
No. Slow it down and speak up so I can hear you.
This officer spoke to the complainant, who stated, "I am in corrections in January."
You all need to be quiet over there, please.
I am
Yes.
in corrections. In January, it will be 15 years. Danny and I have been married for 7 years, and I have been abused throughout the marriage. He has put me in the hospital several times. I have been planning to leave him for 12 months after the incident, but he wouldn't leave me. He wouldn't let me leave. It took a lot for me to get to this point, but I'm glad I did. I'm in a good place where we have one minor child together, and I have 3 other children outside this relationship. Even with no contact order, he still contacts me through the phone calls. "Where you at? You're still mine." I'm outspoken. I've forgiven him, but I'll tell my story. He has a case that involved all our kids. He hit me with 6 kids in the vehicle. CPS got involved. He's done a couple of years probation, and he has anger management, parenting therapy, the whole nine, and I clearly didn't work. The female he's with, he's doing the same thing, and she called the cops, but he recants, something like that.
But she recants. So do you have any response to that?
Yeah, as far as me being in a relationship, I'm no longer in a relationship. I mean, it's some of that's not really true.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing. You come to me and you say that hitting her is not in your character, but then I have evidence that you've done this before.
Yes, we had a rough relationship. I'm not gonna say it was perfect. But since the incident happened, we haven't been together. We've been apart. And since then, I feel like I've done a lot better. And the thing that I've been doing now, I've been going to church, been changed. As far as career-wise, I've overcome a lot. And I think I've been doing a lot better. And I've been trying to work my way up.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to say? Defense, any questions?
You have some plans for your future as far as what you want to do, even though you are a surveyor for Fuller. What are those plans?
Yes, ma'am. Right now, this is a setback because I'm trying to finish the enrollment for my school so I can start my own company and take off with that. But as far as that, that's postponed for now.
You also indicated to me what you felt about counseling for yourself in several areas. Would you tell the judge about
So
that?
I'm all for it in any classes that would help as far as making me a better person overall. I'm all for it.
Two of the specific areas that we concentrated on were alcohol, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And anger management, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And any course that you would be
Yes.
told to do, I assume you would do.
Yes. Yes, sir.
State any questions? All right. Any other witnesses?
No, ma'am.
All right.
I will say his mother is here for support.
Okay.
So she is here. He does have family support outside of this, and he does live with his father and stepmother who also are supportive in that.
Okay. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will deny your applications. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's be no contact with Brittany Machado. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, taking consideration grand jury number 779534. Court will sentence you to 5 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. Tell you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, and because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Because I would ask that if you would consider retaining jurisdiction on this case and see how it is progressing
Yes,
over the next 6 months.
yes,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome.
Could you leave us one on that, please?